Dince. Hi, Dince. Lead Officer Sean Dince of Topanga Division, LAPD or whatever you are. So while clowning or while you're hiding out in the sewers, biting off kids' hands, I just wanted to check in with you once again, because I know it's been like a week. I haven't really checked in like a week, and I know I've committed the I'm not checking in with you and the LAPD and community worldwide crime to know every single time I wipe my ass and for how many milliseconds, which is totally normal behavior amongst police officers and community members worldwide working with the police to torture and kill those who you guys don't like or approve of, who have never even committed any crimes. And I know policing isn't really about crimes. It's telling people what they can and can't do out of jealous rages or something like that. So I was totally wrong, and I apologize, and I admit my wrongings and my ignorance, my arrogance and ignorance, growing up, and even at the age of 29, finding out of all the such crimes I've committed, like hugging women past 3 seconds. Okay, so anyways, I wanted to, hi, Dince, running for City Council, District 12. So I wanted to get my most recent crimes of this week and today to you so that you can incarcerate me for life faster, which is for me so that I can have a good life, because I deserve it. And let's see, we are on round one. It is Saturday night. I'm back. I'm going to Santa Monica. I'm at Santa Monica. I'm sorry once again, my motor neurons aren't firing, and I've committed the coffee crime of putting black stuffs in myself. So I'm putting this black stuffs in myself. Sippity sip. I'm putting this black stuffs in myself, and so you have just witnessed me on video with a self-confession, which you've now spent 40 years with my family to get. One of my crimes tonight, putting black stuffs in myself, and going to public black stuffs facilities where I'm not allowed to go because it's a crime to put black stuffs in yourself. But yet I'm sort of defying you, Dinces, and I'm kind of putting black stuffs in myself anyways, because the need of the black stuffs is greater than the you cannots of the few. And so even though I'm going to get incarcerated for life of putting more black stuffs in myself, that's really good too. Well, good for coffee bean, I guess. But it's not Starbucks, because I haven't gone to Starbucks, Dinces, because the name Starbucks and Bucky Bryan Smith, there's some kind of correlation with that's apparently my fault. When I was like 12 years old, and I think you guys told Bucky to go to Oregon or something like that. The kid that made the masks, the latex masks in my high school and middle school. Anyways, I'm not going down that road because you're right and I'm wrong and I'm a bad guy. But anyways, Dinces, let's see. I'm hitting Santa Monica. I'm hitting it, and the reason I'm hitting Santa Monica tonight, is because in 1997 in Jim Johnson's electronic media class, where he put up the sleeping dog contest to try to set me up with you guys and disseminate fiction to the world based on my art project for my art class. And I'm not saying that the reason you guys called it the Sleeping Dog Contest had anything to do with my dad's dog, Rhoda, the Rhodesian Ridgeback, also the name of Rhoda in the Bad Seed you wanted Kelly Hatch for me to see so bad, telling me that I'm a devil child in the Bad Seed. I'm not saying that the sleeping dog contest with Rhoda that my father put shock collars on had anything to do with my friend Vasu stepping over Rhoda when she was asleep and her lunging up and biting him. Nothing to do with that at all, with Professor Jim Johnson in electronic media class at University of Colorado Boulder. Nothing at all correlated with anything. It's just some crazy thought of mine. Anyways, with a whole bunch of other provable ones. I kind of got sidetracked. So the reason I'm hitting Santa Monica right now. I'm on 4th Street. 444 4th Street, and Colorado. Whoa! What's the relevance? I'm on Colorado Street out in California. Can this be? Am I in Colorado or am I in California? Because I can't tell the difference. It might have something to do with my violent, paranoid schizophrenia and bad memory. Where was I? I'm hitting Santa Monica because of my art project for the Sleeping Dog Contest, which nobody could care less about, except for Kevin Perlman's 30-minute art piece of Mike Tyson fighting a game character on a composite, where I obviously confessed through that artwork, I confessed that I'm a wife beater and a woman beater, and so I clearly not only kidnapped Jen Hess's child, but I clearly punched her with a mask on while she was pretending she was a schizo and calling herself Jessie or Jessie Jane or whatever. Just like Skylar on IRC was calling herself Julia Hayes, porn stars or models or Playboy models. I also broke into Jen Hess's house while we were fucking. And so when I went over to her house and she opened the door and said, "Kevin, come in," and this and that, and I shoved my dick in her, that's breaking and entering. And I'm sure I broke and entered her vagina as well. Dince, I'm just giving you some more of my confessions that you guys need so bad. Okay, so Dince's, side note, Dince's, Officer Sean Dince, running for City Council, District 12. Side note, I'm having one of those memory problems with my schizophrenia and violent paranoid schizo tendencies between killing all Starbucks customers, according to you, being the next Unabomber with Victoria Walker you guys sent after me, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, I'm also the Vegas shooter. That's why you and my father paid off Victoria Walker to give me that little cheeseball toy gun. Which nobody could normally care less about, except the LAPD saying we think you might have a gun, even though the Second Amendment says I have the right to bear arms. Of having a toy gun in the privacy of my own home is somehow a crime. Never heard of anything like that, but I know I'm a bad guy now and I'm arrogant and ignorant. While you send Rhodey after me posing as a girl named Julia Sophia Reynoso on IRC. Okay, and get really mad when you can't manipulate me down to the rainbow on Sunset on some kind of setup mugging operation or something. Okay, so Dince, I kind of had a side thought here. I had a question because you are the know-it-all, like the genius, the mastermind of Topanga Division LAPD and a new form of law that really has nothing to do with crime, just pre-crime. You're the king of pre-crime with my brother and the movie. What was that movie? My memory's so bad while I'm kidnapping and raping and killing people. Oh, wait, it came back. Wait, change over. Wait, I need to go make some soap. Okay, change over. Minority Report. Okay, now back to Kevin, to Split Kevin. Okay, so now, some questions for you now that I'm back to Kevin. Do you like to support my father's child molesting, and do you molest your own children? Because why would you help my father do things like tell my brother to with Richard Grunberg, throw sparklers down the back hill, and then run around with Lorraine Escobar saying I'm a bad seed, lighting hills on fire, which he flat out admitted or said to me with Lorena Escobar and some of his Golden State terror operations. Let's take Kevin out to lunch, after hiring him to work at his office, while saying I'm somehow trying to take over his company while doing an exceptional job for his company and keeping all the people that Lorena Escobar was paying to hack into the systems from the outside and create mental illness and do freaky things to people, especially me. So are you a child molester? I guess that's my big question. Or maybe you like to kidnap kids too. Anyway, Sean Dince, running for City Council, District 12, running around saying, paying off Starbucks employees to say, not only endlessly attack me with worldwide groups to try to set me up to force me into mental institutions, but also now claiming that I've supposedly threatened to kill all Starbucks customers. I mean, which is it? Did I kidnap people? Have I raped women, molested women? Am I a car thief? Have I witnessed a murder? Did I kill someone? I mean, I can't keep up with your lies and the people you're working with. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about you, because you're a really good person, and you have the power to be a good person, and you're making people feel important by telling them that they can hunt down and kill people for you, because people are bad people who don't have badges or have anything to do with law enforcement. So you're a really good guy, and you have the power to be a good guy. And once again, I'm now on by PCH, by the pier. What street is this? I can't remember what street this is. More memory problems. So I'm hitting Santa Monica. Hitting Santa Monica, and I'm gonna lash out in more rage. So I'm gonna do it on camera again, just like the last time. Hi, you're cute. Hi. Oh, I like that shirt. Oh, really neat hairstyle. Okay, so I've just threatened like 3 people's lives. I just threatened 3 people's lives. You saw it on camera. I'm lashing out at rage on them. So my other question is, am I going to see more people trying to launch vehicles at me? Launch skaters trying to jump in front of me, or bikers try to jump in front of me tonight? Maybe with Raven Bay color flannels, to try to make it look like I'm a reckless driver again and again and again and again for like the last 30 years of this being done to me, which you don't want me talking about, which for some reason is like this aching, hypersensitive spot on you that if I even say it, you flip out in an angry rage. Kevin can't talk or we kill him. Showing that you're a good, honest person, like the rest of the people working with you. So anyways, kiddo, I forgot. I really need to be confessing more confessions to you. Okay, so once again, I violated the 15-second poop rule in the bathroom. It was 16 seconds, and I did more than 2 ass wipes. And so I committed that crime today. What else? Because I know you're a stickler for good people, and I don't want to be in the category of a possible potential murderer that needs to be stopped before the crime happens, because when I was 10 years old, I ate 2 Jolly Ranchers in an hour's period of time, and anyone I know, according to you, and you must be right, that anyone that eats more than 1 Jolly Rancher in a 60-minute period is a possible Ted Bundy. So I did that when I was 10, so I understand what's going on now. What else? I mean, it's hard to remember all the crimes I've committed today alone because there's so many. I just committed a crime on camera. I'm talking to you, and I'm videoing myself on my phone while driving, so therefore I could possibly get into an accident, and so that needs to be stopped before a crime occurs. I've also earlier was listening to music while I drive, and I know that you guys told me that music is the devil's rhythm, and so if you listen to music, you will grow horns like Ron Perlman in Hellboy and hunt down and kill people. And so I was listening to some of that evil rock and roll music. I don't, maybe the horns come out a little later, I don't know. So I was listening to music, and I was also singing along to the music, and I know that you guys have a real problem when I sing to music. So I understand I've committed all these crimes today. And you can see already my reckless driving and my reckless attitude and behavior of, you're even watching it right now as I'm driving and talking to you on camera. So, Sean Dince running for City Council District 12, which I think your election is on the 4th, right? Isn't like, is it this month or is it next month? I think it's next month on the 4th. You're gonna have people voting for you for City Council to see if you can kind of pedestal yourself up to crank down on Jews or imperfection and create the superior master race and eradicate all imperfection like evil heathens like me, because when I was 16 or 14, my brother would show me lots of horror B-movies, and even though nobody's mad at my brother and his friends for watching the horror movies, I understand that the crimes I've committed in high school for watching horror movies is an unspeakable crime, and I need to be hunted and killed for that, even so much so paying off people like Brian Longbotham to hire me to work on jobs at Universal Studios for Wes Craven because you were mad about me watching Nightmare on Elm Street. So I understand, and I'm telling you right now, yes, I did it. I'm guilty. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 16 or around that time period, and I know it's a crime not to tell you the exact time and date. But yes, I did it, so I'm confessing to that. I watched Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street before Brian Longbotham hiring me to work on Hollyweird with Wes Craven on his little frame jobs to try to make it look like I was screwing with Wes Craven when he asked me to. He told me that Wes Craven wanted to joke around with someone or something, and he wanted me to put in a clip of O.J. Simpson fleeing the scene in the clip for Wes Craven as a frame job. Now, is that why you guys and Victoria Walker put 187 and gloves on my car before arresting me and saying I'd killed someone? Well, isn't it interesting that Brian Longbotham was the one that introduced me to Victoria Walker? Did you know that? Okay, so anyways, I'm not saying you're involved in anything illegal like your mail fraud scams or anything like that, with the dog attacker stealing people's mail, which is up on your Facebook or anything like that. I'm not saying that, because you're a really good guy, and we need you to win so you can eradicate all Jews and imperfection and his kind. Those his kinds can't exist. Wait, let me sip on some black stuffs. Okay, so Dinces, while sending gay people after me and black people after me and Asian groups after me, mad at me for kissing a black girl at Sunny Skies Day Camp between 1st and 2nd grade. I'm not saying anything bad about you or my father, who has clearly paid you off. Oh, by the way, Dinces, Officer Sean Dince running for City Council District 12, who gets paid off to plant toy guns on people and go after them with people like Victoria Walker and my father. By the way, how much do you charge to kind of take part in ridding people of the world with your police badge? I'm just curious, like, what is the Dince going rate to take money to hunt down, thug, and kill people with police badges? I'm curious. I might need your services in the future or something. Can you give me a price, like what you would charge me? Let's say I wanted to kill someone. What would you charge me, Dinces? Okay, so anyways, no, I'm just joking with you, Dince, because I'm not saying that you're a bad guy. You're a good guy with the power to be a good guy, and even though you're directly linked to my father's crimes, 40-year crime spree against me, I'm not saying anything negative about you, because we need you to win so you can kill people like me and make up lies that my kind can't exist, and lies that I'm the next Unabomber, Vegas shooter, and threaten to kill Starbucks customers who have shown their true colors, that they're involved in accessory to murder and mass groups, to have me hunted and killed with endless death threats on video of things like "you don't talk or we kill you." And I know that's all perfectly normal lingo and jargon, and I'm too sensitive when I'm told that every day. Which is another psychological problem of mine, is that when people are trying to physically or mentally bash my skull in with crowbars and bludgeon me to death, I'm too sensitive and need to learn how to accept it, take it, and ignore it, like the rest of the world is having their skulls bashed in. Okay, so, because it's not a crime to kill someone if you don't touch them, right? Isn't that what you and your coworkers have been spewing to me for something like 18 years? Okay, so anyways, it's not a crime to kill people if you don't touch them, quote unquote, from almost every LAPD officer working with Sean Dince, running for City Council District 12. Okay, so Dince, sorry, a little sidetrack there again. Dince, I'm hitting the boulevard. Maybe you'll send some more Jesse Jane, Jen Hesses after me. And I'm thinking I might want to watch Amazon Women on the Moon tonight. But anyways, I got sidetracked. I need to confess to you some more of my privacy, because as people in this day and age, they don't have privacy, especially on the internet, because they could all be possible serial killers. So I understand that now, that things like the Constitution of the United States and privacy no longer exist, and according to you. And so more of my crimes. Let's see, more of my crimes tonight or this week. I had 2 lemonades in one day last week, and there's a lot of sugar. There's a lot of sugar in lemonade, and that can make you a diabetic, and so you have committed the crime of harming yourself from drinking 2 lemonades in one day, because the sugar will either kill you or turn you into a diabetic. Like Eric Christensen sent after me, working his Glock angles, and Jennifer and Kat angles, wanting to do road trips down to San Diego with the San Diego PD, and illegal setup operations to try to frame me and set me up when I was 21 at Southern Oregon State College. But wait, isn't Oregon out of the jurisdiction of LAPD? That's strange. So I'm sure there's nothing... I'm sure that has nothing to do with why you paid off Kelly Hash to follow me up from Calabasas High. Nothing at all. Okay, to make up false claims, cry wolf claims. Nothing at all. I'm sure of it. Okay, so Sean Dince, working outside of his jurisdiction in every state and country of the world, with worldwide neighborhood watch groups on Kevin Perlman to have him hunted, killed, or eradicated for what he knows. Did that come out of my house? That wasn't me. That was part of the horde. That wasn't me. This is Kevin. Okay, so Kevin, Sean Dince, you're a really good guy, with the power to be a good guy running for City Council, District 12 of Topanga Division or LAPD, Los Angeles County Police Department, with a little shiny uniform and badge, just upholding the law and making sure crime never happens before it happens. I'd like to meet your COG, your precog. In between getting a little homance. Okay, so Dince says I'm sort of short on thoughts right now. I mean, I don't feel that I've given you enough confessions tonight. But I'm still hitting the boulevard, hitting Santa Monica here on 4th Street now, and I'm Mike Tyson hitting, just like Jen Hess that you sent after me has told the world with you. I'm hitting Tyson style the Santa Monica, and I might get crazy, and I might bite someone. Woof woof. I might bite someone. In between the dogs giving me hidden messages to go out and commit crimes, I might bite someone. Rawr. Okay, so oh, confessions. Here's a girl. The girl right here, she's wearing... Oh, hi. Okay, so I just lashed out and raged at her and waved and said hi. And that's a death threat, clearly. She was wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt. And I used to listen to Guns N' Roses. And I know that's because there's Slash in Guns N' Roses. And the name is called Gun and Roses. Therefore, I've committed crimes by you guys paying off Victoria Walker to give me toy guns, because listening to Guns N' Roses is the crime of all crime, and that type of devil worship should not be tolerated, because like you guys have told me, if you listen to that kind of devil worship music when you're young, you're on the path to killing, like Ted Bundy. And so I understand now that those crimes, as you say, need to be stopped before they happen. So people shouldn't listen to Guns N' Roses or rock and roll. Only Frank Sinatra, like my father. And but I don't know why you wouldn't care that that girl's wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt. Just if I wore a Guns N' Roses shirt, it would be a problem. But that has nothing to do with anything. Okay, so, because I think differently. Okay, so, where else? What else? I was waiting last week. I was waiting in a red zone with the car running, waiting for a parking spot for 10 minutes. I didn't park at the red zone, but I was waiting by the red zone. It's not really double parked, and it's not really parked. But I know that that's the type of thing that you guys will incarcerate me for life for, because I'm careless and reckless and doing things like that. So look at all these people at the crosswalk. I'm just hitting the crosswalk right now at this red light, acting out in anger and rage and lashing out at them. Wait, I'm going to do a death smile at someone. Okay, so I just gave some people some death smiles, and I know smiles are crimes, and because there could be a miscommunication, in smiles. So my kind or people shouldn't smile at people, because, especially more than once a year, because there could be a miscommunication, and that will make mass groups hunt you down and kill you for the imperfect smile crime. That's also in the death stare category as well. Oh, hi. Okay, so I just waved to someone and gave them a death stare and lashed out at anger and rage at them as well. So now, I mean, I don't know if you've been counting? I mean, have you been counting? But if you've counted tonight, the amount of people tonight alone that I've lashed out in anger and rage on camera talking to you, the numbers are through the roof. It's insane. It is it's just totally unheard of and out there. And the amount of times tonight alone on camera talking to you that I have now lashed out in anger and rage towards these people walking down the street, on camera, I'm clearly the next Unabomber, threatening to kill all Starbucks customers, and Vegas shooter, bang bang, Vegas shooter. Oh, by the way, speaking of guns, do you have any comment about my father and his obsession with guns and buying or going out and supposedly Bruce Simon giving him that .357 when I was a kid, and my father wanted to take me to the shooting range, and then my father telling Paul Humphrey to try to manipulate me into trying to get the gun to show it to him, or weird things like that that you might want to talk about with my father in some of those setups that didn't work? Is there anything that you want to expand on to me about that? I mean, after all, you did, with my father, take money with Victoria Walker to plant a toy gun on me and say I might be the next Vegas shooter. So is there, I mean, if you're, and I know you're just exercising the law the way you and Officer Toro see fit. Kevin, if you ever take a picture of a person, we will exercise the law in our own way. Any comment on that? Why, when I was 16, my father went ballistic on me for a harmless watercolor painting, Grateful Dead painting picture of a Grateful Dead skull with a gun in it. My father, I mean, if you're at home right now watching, like, some Clint Eastwood movie like Sudden Impact or Dirty Harry or something, should I be concerned that I might create a piece of artwork with a gun in it, that you might be trying to break in my house to try to put a few bullets in me or something like that, or plant some drugs or something like? Oh wait, didn't you already do that? Isn't that on video? It's on video. 6 police attempts trying to break in my house. You on one attempt pretending to be with FBI agents trying to break in my house. Clear and concise audio. Watching you guys try to break in my house. Oh, and once with my father. Once with my father trying to break in my house. That's interesting, Dince. I kind of got sidetracked from my confessions into my father's .357 frame jobs and setup attempts with you. Paid off. And I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I'm not saying that you're a bad guy. You have the power to be a good guy. So you're a good guy. You can exercise the law in your own way, because 5-year-olds that pick their nose wrong, or put a little toy car in their ear or something, are the next possible serial killers or Vegas shooters, and you need to stop the crime before it happens. I totally understand that. Makes perfect sense. And even though that would totally extinct civilization if everyone thought that way, without any crime ever happening, I know you're right, because I'm arrogant and I'm ignorant with you and she Morales. Okay, so she Morales. Okay, so Dinces, let's see. I'm sort of running here on empty while hitting Santa Monica Boulevard, and I've lashed out already in rage at so many people. Oh, but wait. I haven't taken a few minutes to look around and seeing if 100,000 of them have shown up tonight wearing solid black pants and solid yellow shirts coming out after I get here, or maybe it's the solid black pants, solid pink shirt tactic. I haven't really looked yet, but I know that's perfectly normal when you got to stop the next Vegas shooter for violating the 3-second hug rule, which might make it to 4 seconds. Okay, so Dince is the bull riding cat. Well, there's a black and yellow. Anyways, with the hundreds and thousands of pictures I have, which you say are illegal, pictures in public, as you say, are illegal. So I've committed that crime too. Wait, hold on. Let's commit some more crimes on camera for you. Okay, I'm wearing an illegal cowboy hat, but I'm still Kevin. I haven't changed over to a different part of the horde yet. Now, this cowboy hat doesn't have the skull on it that the car wash guy stole in Encino to try to thug and intimidate me with you. And according to my father, because there was a skull on the front, I'm a hardened criminal, and it had nothing to do with you guys sending, you and he sending Skylar, Stephanie after me on IRC in 97, pretending to be Julia Hayes, while telling the world I was doing things to her, and then threatening that she was going to have me killed, basically, cryptically, to skull fuck me to death with you guys. I'm sure there's no correlation between my father's guilt, the skull on my older hat, and the car wash guy belittling me with the police, trying to thug me to death, not liking the fact that there was a skull on the front of the hat, and my father asking weird questions because he's a paranoid psychotic about skulls on hats, as if nobody has ever worn a hat with a skull on it, or had skull tattoos, or skulls on their shirt. It has never happened before. Oh, here's another black and yellow. It has never before happened in civilization, except for Kevin Perlman, rejoice, with a hat with a little skull on the front. So therefore, I need to be hunted and skull fucked to death with you and worldwide support for the crime, I'm confessing again, for the crime of having a little metal skull on the front of the hat, on a bullhide hat, which is like an fairly expensive leather cowboy hat, not the cheeseball Tijuana Jones hat my brother used to wear, whatever he meant by that, I don't know. And so, I'm committing this crime again with the hat crime, and it's on camera wearing a hat, because people aren't allowed to wear hats in civilization, because if you wear a hat, you're the next Ted Bundy, because those are all criminal activities. People don't wear hats, shoes, or shirts, or clothing, or anything like that. So I'm committing the hat crime, the hat crime, and by the way, Dince, are you mad about that? Are you mad that I'm wearing a hat, or I might have different CB names, different screen names, different computer names, probably in like hundreds and hundreds, from hundreds of computers to hundreds of CB names to hundreds of screen names? Does that make you mad? Oh, wait, I'm defying you, and I'm talking back to you, and I'm sorry, Dince. Once again, I apologize, because Sean Dince, Lead Officer Sean Dince, running for City Council, District 12. I have just committed another crime, talking back to Dince's, defying him about hats and screen names and computer names and CB names. Nobody has screen names. People don't use screen names. Oh wait, Dince's. Some of your buddies are to my right. So you're mad, and I'm talking back. I'm defying you, because nobody in history of humanity has ever had a screen name on the internet, on forums, blogs, IRC, or anywhere else. Nobody in the history of humanity has named their computer anything other than computer, anything other than cat, and nobody has ever named servers, computers, CB names, IRC names, blogs names, forum names. There's no such thing. It doesn't really exist. So I've committed those crimes as well, along with the 15-second, exceeding the 15-second bathroom rule. Okay, let's see. There was another confession I was just about to rattle off, and I got sidetracked with the hat, because I know that while I've now talked back to you, I'm not allowed to talk up to you because I'm your slave. But I did, and I apologize, because I don't want you to like lock me in jail and ass rape me over and over in the gray areas of the law, which I know you'd love to do. I'm not really, you're a good guy with the power to be a good guy. Lead Officer Sean Dince, running for City Council, District 12, and you're racist, bigoted, you do what we say or we kill you, or your kind can't exist. Behaviors are good things, and you're a good guy. And I would never say anything negative to you because you're a good guy in that way. And so that's why you really need to win City Council, to help spawn the superior race and eradicate the inferior race, with the excuse that all these minorities or people that could have psychological problems all need to be locked away in cages or killed. And same with the homeless or people that make less than $100,000 a year. Need to be removed from society so that we can have a good, clean society. Okay, Dinces, I've also committed the 40-minute, we are now at 40-minute talk time rule. The secret Dincy 40-minute talk time rule. And if you talk for 40 minutes straight, you're a hardened criminal and need to be removed from society. And anyone that talks past 2 minutes in life, they're possibly the next Vegas shooter and Unabomber, because nobody talks that much, and so they need to be stopped before they go out and go on a mass killing spree. Okay, because people who talk a lot snap and go on killing sprees. Even though, by the way, Din says you'll like this. The reason they called me Kid Taco in high school was to infer that I was a Mexican, because my 1969 Firebird that I bought for $300 and put a 350 Chevy in it or whatever, which was a complete piece of shit, my friends joked around with me calling me Kid Taco, and actually I was fairly introverted and quiet. Not super quiet, I mean I talked with my friends, but ironically, I bet you didn't know that. I bet you thought that Kid Taco had something to do with talking a lot, because anyone that's called Kid Taco needs to be hunted down and exterminated anyways. Once again, when my friends called me Kid Taco, that was another crime of my violence and paranoid schizophrenia and things like that, even though they came up with the name, not me. Just like Mike Huntley told me to name my laptop Shadowcat. But you don't know anything about that, now do you? Because I must be shadowing people. Okay, so, yeah, Mike Huntley that was working with you that said we're using the system against you, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. I mean, such a good guy like you and Mike, why would Mike Huntley tell me to do that? If I was such a bad person, why would he have to tell me to do these things? That nobody could care less about anyways. I just spoke up. I just spoke against you. I'm sorry. I just committed the defying Dincy crime again. On camera, on video. Okay, so, where are we, Dinces? I'm still hitting Santa Monica. I'm hitting the boulevard. And maybe you can have some people launch their bodies in front of my car and then send people after me like Mike Wexler telling me weird things, that it's okay to hit people driving, even though I've never really hit anyone driving. And I can't remember back then anyone launching their bodies in front of me, but there were the car setup operations of people throwing vehicles in front of me for the last 30 years, which I've constantly avoided and got a lot of them on video. But those are interesting little connections that I'm not allowed to talk about. Anyways, Dinces, let's see more of my tonight's crimes. I'm still sipping the black stuffs. Oh, yeah, oh. I just lashed out in rage at the coffee because it went into my esophagus and into my tummy. And I kidnapped I kidnapped the black stuffs. Tasty. And I might have another coffee later. Oh, hey, there's another yellow and black. Interesting. Okay, so I might have another coffee later, and so I want you to know so you can stop that before it happens in your pre-crime campaign. Okay, so what else? I don't know, Dince, I'm running short here on confessions, and I'm sure there's about 100,000 of crimes I've committed tonight alone. Crimes I've committed. Example: when I got in my car, my back and body have maintained this L position for over an hour, and I think there's some kind of rule where you sort of have to shift a little, or you should be incarcerated for life. Other crimes of mine, I committed several farting crimes on the freeway like the last time, and some of those farts could veer over to someone else across the freeway, and he might smell the fart, and it might cause an accident from my reckless farting behavior. I listened to the radio. I think I told you I listened to the radio on the way over. You saw on camera me lashing out in rage at all these people, which needs to be stopped. I told you before I committed the hugging crime and lashed out in rage at people by hugging them longer than 3 seconds, and that needs to be stopped before it happens. I'm not even going to get into sex. I mean, the ramifications of what could happen if I have sex with someone. Oh my God. Okay, so you'll have to like try to figure out how to chop off my dick with Lorena Bobbitt or something like that. I mean Escobar. Did I say Bobbitt? Escobar. And Bob Sandler. Let's see, what else? My back wheels right now are in a crosswalk. I've looked at people walking down the sidewalk like 30 times tonight. I've looked at them. While driving, I looked. I did it. I lashed out with the death stare. I looked at people walking down the sidewalk. Okay, so what else, Dinces? Hi, all, Sean Dince. Running for City Council District 12. I'm hitting Santa Monica, Mike Tyson style. I might start biting. And I think that's it, Dinces, for now. I'm totally drawing a blank. And when I get to Hollywood, I'm going to do round 2 with you. And I'm going to hit Hollywood in my anger and rage while trying to figure out how to become the next Vegas shooter, Unabomber, and kill all Hollywood people. Just like you say, I'm trying to kill all Starbucks customers for walking in, trying to get some coffee, you hunting me down with your mass worldwide group, saying we're going to hunt down and kill Kevin before the crime happens, before simply going to a coffee shop and grabbing a coffee. Just like you've used the same excuse with Jensen, your lackey partner, back in 2013. I'm also trying to kill all restaurant employees too, who are told to stop me from going to any restaurant in the world with your mass terror operations and attacks to stop the crime before it occurs. So wait, is it Hollywood, Santa Monica, Starbucks, Coffee Bean, Pete's, every restaurant in the world, every store in the world, every mall in the world, every parking lot in the world that I need to be stopped, and I'm possibly going to kill all these people with telepathy? Anyways, Dinces, I think you've exhausted me. You wore me out until round 2. I'm going to sip. I'm going to do more than one sip. I might do 2 sips of this black stuffs tonight. I just throat dipped. That's a crime, throat dipping, right? Okay, so intermixing of colored liquids is a crime, right, Dince? Okay, so anyways, Lead Officer Sean Dince, running for City Council District 12. I can't remember all my crimes tonight. I've committed so many, but I've unloaded a whole bunch that you can use against me and give out to the world, like in Crocodile Dundee, so that I can be stopped, so that this never happens again. And you hear the people honking, I'm making them honk at those other people. I'm making them do it with my telepathy. So Sean Dince, I'm still hitting the boulevard, and I'm hitting by numbers, and I'm lashing out, I'm ruining all these people's lives, I'm making the entire community come after me, and so I better not smile or wave or say hi or hug anyone, because those are all evil behaviors, which create chaos and destruction. And so, salute. Are you wearing your camos today? Anyways, hi, Sean Dince. And, just a little sweat there. And I will talk to you a little later after I commit another 100,000 crimes tonight, like snot covering my mouth, my nose when I sneeze, and things like that. So, hi, Sean Dince. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Make sure you pay off some more people to hunt me down and kill me, because that's what good, decent police officers running for city council, District 12, do. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Ditto.